this video, I'm going to talk about lost love. And I don't mean in the sense of a particular person, but I mean in the sense of you losing a part of yourself and living now in the sense that you wish you were who you were back then. So this is going to be an interesting one. Sit tight. Welcome back to another video. My name's Jen. I help people reinvent their reality. All right, we're going to talk about lost love today. Now, before I get started, let me just say, if you like the content here, please make sure, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments, subscribe. I put out videos every single week. So let's talk about it. Lost love, not in the sense of a person, but in who you used to be when you were with that person or that situation. A lot of times, I'll say we because I've done it too, where we live our life in the present moment wishing that we could be who we were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 months ago. We're not happy where we are now, and we're always saying, oh man, I always used to be so creative. I used to sing, I used to write poetry, whatever it is. I used to be so good at this and that and that. And we're always reminiscing about the past. So what is it that we feel like we can't get back there? For a lot of people, it's a relationship, let's say. It's not so much, a lot of times we feel like we're missing that person, but it's not that we're missing a person, it's we're missing pieces of ourselves that we had when we were with that person. You see what I mean? And it's not that we're missing those pieces. They're still within us. It's so we have to reclaim our power, okay? We have to resurface them because we think we've lost them, but we haven't. So, I'm taking a Chinese medicine facial reading certification course right now, which is very, very interesting. And it's with Lillian Bridges, who's very renowned in Chinese face reading. She's been doing it since she was a baby, pretty much, her family. And she mentioned, actually, the class I had the other day, that lost love lines, markings, can show on your face. Now, thankfully I don't feel like I have these, but these are underneath the eye. They come from like the inner canthus area, and they're these dark indentations under here. So I'm just mixing a little, food for thought right here. So look in the mirror, and if you have these and they're very deep, then that means you're missing a piece of yourself from back then. But, face reading aside, think about your life right now. And if you are telling yourself in certain times that, I used to do this, I used to do that, now I can't, I don't have time for it, I'm too busy, I'm doing other things, I could never get back to dancing or playing sports, or, I'm not sexy anymore, I'm 60 years old, how could I be sexy, how could I, all this stuff. We tell ourselves these stories in our head over and over and over and over again, and what happens, we start to believe them. But understand this, that the fact that you're talking about it and you're missing that part of yourself, doesn't that tell you something? Because otherwise it wouldn't have much meaning. You wouldn't feel the need to talk about it. If you're always like, I used to be able to run 5 miles. What are you telling yourself? You're telling yourself that you can't, But you still have something inside that wants to. And maybe you're not going to run a marathon, but there's no reason why you can't get back to being active, playing a sport, whatever, swimming, whatever it is. There's no reason why you can't take out your notepad and start writing again. We always think that we need to be the best, the expert at something before we even get started. So what I want to say is this: stop living wishing for your past self and start living your present self right now. Okay, start living as your present self. Stop reminiscing. We are all born with these innate talents and abilities, and some of us never get to discover what they are. And we get glimpses of them, throughout our life, And sometimes we ignore them. You know, we may be like a really great artist. We may be really good at talking to people. We may be really good at communicating. We may be really good at sports or something. We may be really good at being empathetic or listening. Like, we all have these talents. We always think that talents and abilities have to be all about being artistic or creative and stuff like that. No, sometimes it's about tapping into those strong points, those pieces of yourself that give you energy, that give you chi, that move you. If you notice those things about yourself and you embrace them, you embody them, then your whole life can shift. Your whole life can shift. So think about it. Think about right now, are you wishing, hoping, are you reminiscing about something from your past, who you were from a while ago? It doesn't matter how long ago. Are you living today wishing that you were still that person back then? How many of us do this? A lot of people, right? A lot of us do this. And then ask yourself, well, why can't I reclaim my power? Why can't I reclaim those pieces of myself? And often you'll find that it's because you're just telling yourself a story, and the story you tell yourself is usually because society, or in this world where society is telling you that no, just because you're 65 years old, you can't be sexy. Just because you're this type of person, just because you used to draw and be creative and you stopped doing it, doesn't mean that you can't go back to doing it. Like, society is like, okay, you stopped doing this, therefore that's it, that's done, no more. Why? Why can't you resurface that? Why? Stop telling yourself stories and do it. If you are always feeling like you need to be who you used to be, then start being that. Start being that person. Stop thinking about it so much and embody it. Embody it, because it's telling you something. It's telling you something about those innate traits, abilities, things about you that you love about yourself, and you're repressing them. You're repressing them. So don't repress them. So that's all I got to say for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. One other thing before I go, I just released a new bundle pack called the Reinvent Your Reality Bundle Pack. This includes 2 of my new ebooks, one on releasing fear and limiting beliefs from your life to help you just shift everything about your life. This can really help you shift. Second ebook is called the Mental Mind Shift Diet. This is a holistic approach I took to balancing yourself physically, mentally, and energetically. So I include all sorts of things such as eating with the seasons, exercise for your personality type, your body type. And you know, we're all so different, we're all so unique. So we always think we need to fit into the mold of somebody else. So this book basically breaks it down for you and how we can get ourselves not only in tune to nature, but you know, do things for ourselves that are in line with us, our particular, because we're all different. Then there's 5 self-hypnosis MP3s in there that I recorded myself. One for motivation, inner child healing, self-esteem, all kinds of stuff like that to help you grow. And then there's one other bonus, so you can check that out. I'll put the link in the description box below. Other than that, have a great day, guys. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. I put out new videos every week, and have a great one. I'll see you on the next one.